All right, look like we're live. We're live. Good evening, good evening. Welcome everybody to another live Google Hangout here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. My name is Daryl Muhammad, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. We're so excited that you decided to be here with us this evening. We're excited because, ladies and gentlemen, this is our 60th, that's 60th broadcast of Black Wealth Empowerment Live. So you are watching history being made, ladies and gentlemen, as we speak. And we're excited to have a special guest with us today. I'm going to tell you more about him later. So you want to just buckle in and just get comfortable so you can free your mind, so the information that we're going to share with you, you can receive it, all right? Because as you know, here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live, we bring you nothing but the best of the best from our community, the best of the best that we can find that will teach you how to build wealth. This is called Black Wealth Empowerment Live. So anything short of that, ladies and gentlemen, won't be true to what we're telling people who we are. So we take pride in bringing you the best of the best, a lot of the inside secrets. We like to pull back the black curtain and reveal to you some of the things that only very small circles learn about not making money, all right? Our speaker tonight will tell you that's just the beginning. You only just begun, as the song says, by making money. You have to learn how to take that money and build with it. You have to learn how to take that money and build something for yourself, your family, and your community. Because that's what everybody else does, ladies and gentlemen. And if you don't do it, you know what'll happen? You know what'll happen if you don't do it? They'll do it for you. They'll take your money, right? They'll build with it, build their community, and then they'll turn around and build your community. And they'll build your community the way they want your community to look, and not the way you want your community to look, all right? So we're in a new day, ladies and gentlemen. The whole theme has been, the last couple of weeks has been, what's it, a month now, right? Has been since the 20th anniversary of the Million Man March. That theme was, and continues to be, it hasn't stopped. It's not a moment, it's a movement, remember? Is justice or else? So we adopted that theme, right? We adopted that theme to the Black Wealth Empowerment theme. And we've adopted the theme entitled Economic Justice or Else. Economic Justice or Else. It's not just a moment, it's a movement. So this is the movement that we've started off the launch of Justice or Else, because it's all about economics, all right? Our guests will be able to tell you it's all about economics, ladies and gentlemen. We have to understand how to control our economics. If not, then we'll always be in a position, right, of beggars, right? We'll always be in a position of need, right? We'll be like many people are around this world. They're living in places around this world where they have wealth underneath their feet, but they're starving, right? They're living on rich soil, but they have not learned, or they don't have the tools they need to take what's right underneath their feet, right in their hands, the soils that are in their hand, and build something for themselves. That's what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. You see people are revolting against their country around the world because they need something. That's what justice is all about, right? Getting what you need to survive, and what is not given to you, that's injustice, right? So we're talking about economic justice or else. We're talking about giving you all what you need, not just in tools and techniques, right? But giving you what you need as far as mindset, mental disposition as pertains to building wealth for black people, being empowered by the wealth that we have, right? Being empowered by the wealth that we have, because anything that we have to build it, and it has to empower us. So welcome everybody. Welcome to Black Wealth Empowerment Live, number 60. We're excited. We have a lot of new people. Our membership coordinator, she said she's going to be here. She's going to join us here shortly, Sister Brandy Muhammad. And as you know, the courage coach, he's never late. Whenever he shows up, he's always right on time, right? He always brings us the motivational, inspirational, the spirit that we need in order to take things to the next level. So our courage coach, Rodney Assad Muhammad, he's traveling. He sent me a text. He's on his way. He just landed into Anchorage, Ohio, Anchorage, Alaska. All right, and he's getting to his hotel room, and as soon as he settles in, he will be with us this evening as well. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you got to be ready now. You know, you got to stay ready so you won't have to get ready, right? This is only an hour long. This is called the hour of power, right? And that's part of being wealthy and understand wealth and having a mindset of wealth, ladies and gentlemen. It's about compressing time. It's about doing a lot in a small period of time. You know, some of us are like me in our 50s and mid 50s and 60s. We don't have a lot of time, right? So whatever time we have left, we need to do it in a shorter period of time, right? We have to learn how to compress time. So that's why we're bringing you this information. That's why we're excited that you decided to join us this evening to start your week off. To start your week off right. Hopefully you went to church today. Hopefully you went to mosque today. Hopefully you meditated today. Hopefully you did some yoga today. Hopefully you did something to attune with your spirit today, right? But now we're going to focus on, right? We're going to focus on money. Nothing bad about money, right? We're going to focus on empowerment, financial freedom, getting your money right, right? Getting your mind on your money and your money on your mind. That's what this broadcast is all about, ladies and gentlemen. You mean 1 hour a week you can't put your mind on your money and your money on your mind in a proactive way, right? In an empowering way. When you look at your bills, most of the time when you look at your bill, I don't think that's very empowering for a lot of people, right? Right? When your children come to you and say, Daddy, I need, Mama, I need, many times that's not empowering, right? Unless you've been already empowered by having the abundance you need to give to your children and to give, when your bills come due. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're happy to have you with us, and we're so excited. This brother we have with us, I tell you, we got a story we want to tell. We're going to tell a little bit later on his introduction, but he's a perfect example of what a made-up mind can do. He's a perfect example, ladies and gentlemen, when you hear his story on how you can take your circumstance, right, and change it around, right? Just like I heard today at the mosque, the brother said that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, down is not out. When you go down, it's not you're not out when you go down, right? It's just an opportunity for you to come up. So you may be down, ladies and gentlemen, but you're not out, right? And we're giving you the tools you need, right, to come up, We all are trying to come up. Mark is here with us this evening because he's coming up. He's working on some things. He's trying to get to the next level, and that's what wealth is all about. That's what empowerment is all about. You disempower yourself when you stop growing. You disempower yourself, ladies and gentlemen, when you just give up and say, you know what, I don't feel like going to the next level. I'm retired. I don't feel like growing. I don't feel like becoming a better person. I don't feel like helping other people. I don't feel like giving. I'm good, right? I'm good, right? Good is temporary. Good is for that time being. So it's all about the next level. That's what we're talking about here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. We're talking about a collective effort, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about a collective effort, right? We're not talking about you just getting it for yourself. Remember, we say the theme is you, your family, but most importantly, your community. Your community. Where would we be if, what's the name, Microsoft only thought about himself and he didn't build Microsoft to the size it is now, right? Where would computers be if he only thought about himself? He didn't think about just himself, just his family, but he thought about the community, but not just the community. He thought about the whole world, right? Where would it be if the black man didn't invent the stoplight, right? Didn't invent the stoplight. He only thought about himself. He didn't think about an invention that everybody can be affected by, all right? And that's what it's about, ladies and gentlemen. And that's the mindset that we have to have, and that's the mindset we want to encourage here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. If you're just joining us, my name is Daryl Muhammad, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. You're on the Hour of Power here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live, where we pull back the black curtain, right, and tell you about money that you can't learn from your school. They don't teach you at your sorority fraternity. They don't teach you at your place of business. They're not teaching you at your local community college. Not what we bring here. It might sound familiar, but when you hear from Mark this evening, you'll know that that's not something that you can get from the school. It's not something you can get from institutional learning, because you know why? That's not where he got it from. He didn't get it from institutional learning. See, you have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, you know, what we have out here to build ourselves up with, those are tools. But strategy and systems come from the minds of individuals. So we all may use similar tools. But how is it that one man or one woman can do one thing with the same tool that another man or another woman can do something totally different? Because it's the system and strategy and the creative mind that they use those tools for. And that's what we're doing here at Black Wealth Empowerment, giving you the tools and the creative mindset, the creative thinking that you can go out and you can create something powerful for you, your family, but most important, your community. All right? That's the game plan. So if you're about that, ladies and gentlemen, if that's in your heart, if that's in your spirit, then you're at the right place at the right time. And we want to encourage you to show up the same bat time, the same bat channel. We're here every Sunday. Every Sunday. After you get your spiritual food, now come and get some physical food, right? We're here every Sunday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Central Standard Time. And this is your first time here, ladies and gentlemen. This is a dialogue. We like to hear from you. We have a special private Facebook group. If you look right below this video, you see that's the link, livevirtualnetworking.com. Livevirtualnetworking.com takes you directly to our private, elusive, exclusive Facebook page there at Facebook. And you click join, and when our sister comes, Sister Brandy, our membership coordinator, when she pops up like Jack in the Box, and she'll welcome the new members, right? We'll welcome them. And after you have been approved and welcomed into the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group, then you can dialogue with us, right? Then you can ask your questions. Then you can reach out to any of our past guests, because one of the things that we ask of our guests is that they become a member, right? They make themselves accessible from this point on to our members, right? So you can have access, continuous access to some of the best minds in America when it comes to building wealth. Building wealth. I think I see her. I think I hear her. Sister Brandy, mic check, mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
All right, all right. I'm gonna let you settle in and set up so you can welcome our new member. I'm gonna go ahead and get all the preliminary stuff, because I want to make sure we give our guest enough time to do what he came to do. He's on a mission, and we want to help him and facilitate in his mission by giving him as much time on our platform as possible. All right? So we're talking about the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group. That's where you go. That's where you can connect with all our past experts that have been on, their members, and just reach out to them, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have access like this. Mark can tell you, another can tell you, you have to pay for access to financial experts. Let me say that again. You have to pay for access to financial experts. But here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live, you have free access to our experts. All right? Here's another thing I want to make a note while our sister gets ready to introduce our bring on our new members is the YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, Google, or go to YouTube and YouTube, Black Wealth Empowerment Live. Go ahead and find our channel, and you will find 59 previous broadcasts. This is number 60, Sister Brandy. Sister Brandy, this is number 60. Ooh, you getting old, Sister Brandy. This number this is number 60. So find us on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, and share. Share, ladies and gentlemen. Click the links below the YouTube video and share it. How stingy are you, or you have something as good as what we're delivering and you won't share it? Shame, shame, shame on you. All right, look like we're lining up here. Look like we ready. The coach just came in. Sister Brandon, let me swing it over to you. Welcome the people. All right, welcome the people, and go ahead and welcome the new guests so we can let the coach come on, do his thing, and we'll go right into our guest presenter. Sister Brandon, mic check.
All right, yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum again. Pray all is well with everyone. So I just wanted to welcome all our awesome new guests. Unfortunately, having a little technical difficulties. I am at the famous, what do you call it, coffee house, striving to continue to keep my word and making my bond. It is week 60, as Brother Darrell would say. Praise be to Allah. We're so excited that you all are here. I don't have access right now to welcome all the new members. I did see it was about 6 thus far that have asked to join. Once my computer gets rebooted, I'll have that great information for you. And I'll just put it out there and remind everybody as members, don't forget to welcome the new members as well. Invite them, let them know that they are home, they're in the right place at the right time. We're getting ready for a live hour of power. We're going to have an awesome special guest. I'm going to send it over to Brother Rodney. It looks like he just walked in as well, so we can all shuffle around and keep it pushing. Brother Rodney, sending it to you.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Woo. Woo. Can I just say woo? Okay, now, I got a few woos out. I prayed to Allah that everybody's well and really engaged and ready to take some great notes. We have a very, very, very powerful brother that's going to be really sharing with us some information that, you know, I believe people pay him a great deal of money, Brother Darrell, to share these tips, these things that he's going to share with some of our members. And so I don't want them to take this light. He does not have to do what he is doing, but he's decided to serve the marketplace, to serve people, and to give to others what, you know, he himself has learned. And I think, and out of respect for the fact that he's just kind of just coming on and just giving some of these tips away, not everything, he's going to give you just a few things. You're going to have to take some other actions in order to get, you know, everything you're going to need to really take it to the next level. But he's going to give you some things that just at least get you warmed up a little bit. And so, you know, I'm eager as well. But I am Rodney Assad Muhammad, your courage coach. And I just got off an airplane from flying several hours. I'm here in sunny, not warm Anchorage, Alaska. I'm going to say it again. Sunny, not warm Anchorage, Alaska. I think it's like 10 degrees, 8 degrees outside right now. It's very chilly, but I don't plan on going out and standing out in it. So, Brother Darrell, you know, I don't know if it's ready for me right now to do the inspirational piece right now. What did you want right now from me, Brother Darrell? You ready for me to go? We going all in. All right. You know, here's something.
We all in, right? We all in, baby. Let's go.
That's right.
Thing, man. Let's go ahead and do
this
it.
Is how you do.
Let's show Mark and some of our first timers how we do it here at BWE.
You know, I'll tell you this. You know, one of our brothers, the illustrious poet Sugar Free, says, "If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready." All right. So just make sure we understand that. You know, here's one thing: is I was on a plane, you know, flying, and I'm sitting at my seat, and I decided to watch a movie that, you know, I had available to myself, and it was a martial arts film, and I'm watching the gentleman. He learned martial arts, but he wasn't a student of the temple. That he wasn't a member of the temple, but he went there and to kind of get his life together and learn martial arts. And so the master of that temple told him, said something to him, said even though you were not part of the religious aspect of the temple, your integrity, you are a man. The way you do live your life, really speaks volumes to what we are trying to do with those who decide to embrace this religion. And follow me on this for a minute, you all. And throughout the movie, he's going along his life just really avoiding all kind of conflict as best he could. And there were some people bullying other people and mistreating people. And there came a situation where a misunderstanding came about, and him and some other martial artists that were in town, they ended up having a little clash. But he did everything in his power to not embarrass the master of the other school. He did everything in his power to make sure he did not embarrass the master of the other school, because the students were standing around watching him. And so, without him taking a complete loss, he did everything he did so he wouldn't embarrass him, just to show the other gentleman, yes, I have skills. Yes, I could defeat you if I wanted to, but I'm not going to do that because I want to show you that there is a misunderstanding right now going on between us. And because right now you've been whipped up by somebody who wants to cause confusion, that we are now in this problem. So as the movie turned out, they end up becoming great friends and comrades and working to solve a problem in that community. Now, here's what the point is. In your everyday walk, I don't care what religious persuasion you come from or consider yourself to be. I don't care what school of thought you might be a part of. I don't care who your pastor, minister, leader, whatever, call the person, the bishop, whatever. All of that becomes immaterial when you look in the mirror. When I look in the mirror, all of that becomes immaterial. When I look in the mirror, I don't get a chance to say, well, Pastor so-and-so, well, Bishop so-and-so, well, Minister so-and-so, well, Leader so-and-so. No. Like I said, well, Rodney. See, now it's about my personal integrity, my personal, I say get down, how you say it in the street, your personal get down. Who are you? Who am I? Who are we going to choose to be in our day-to-day walk? Not blaming anybody else, saying, oh, I didn't know any better. None of that. No. Who have you, in your day, decided to be? Are you a person with integrity? Are you a person that's honest and trustworthy and somebody that can be relied on? Are you a person who keeps their word? Are you a person who's looking to always grow and develop and assist other people in growing and developing in their lives? Who are you? Who am I? See, every time you get up and you go in the bathroom, before you clean up, do a little mental cleanup. Look in the mirror and say, man, who am I going to be today? Who am I choosing to be? And so at the end of the day, brothers and sisters, friends and family, wealth empowerment, we can talk about the money aspects, but I'm sure our brother will say this, and among other things, that it all starts up here in the mind. It's a mindset. Money is a mindset. And the mindset produces methods, and methods produce magic, as we say in the industry. That's where the magic happens, right up here. See, just like when you're talking about David Copperfield for the old folks or David Blaine for the new folks, it don't matter. It's all an illusion, right? It's something it's a mind game. It's something that the trick is, and he called it, what do you call it? A mind freak, right? He does something that is not reality, but he does it in such a manner where he is blurring the lines of reality and fantasy, but it's not real. It's an illusion. Well, that being said, here it is. Your lack of money is an illusion. It's an illusion. It's not real. It's all up here. And once you and I can get this right, once we can set our financial thermostat in our mind right? Once we get our money mindset right, then I'm telling you, the doors of this wealth game completely unlocks. And you'll have so much coming at you, so many resources, so many opportunities. See, it's not always about the paper. It's not all about the clicks on the computer. You'll get people and things in your life that'll give you access to things. See, I don't want money. I want somebody at the Rolls Royce dealer to say, hey, you know what? Thank you for what you did. Here's a Rolls Royce. See, I don't need the money. I need the Rolls Royce. The money is a vehicle. See, if somebody gave you the money, then I'm going to go buy a car. I don't need the money. Let's cut the middleman down if we can. So, brothers and sisters, don't always think that it's all about the actual physical paper money that you're going after. No, we're going after relationships, and those relationships are only going to happen if we have the right mindset. I thank you for allowing me this time. I thank you, Brother Darrell. I thank, God for even giving me something to say, because I'm telling you, I was on the plane. I didn't know I was going to make the broadcast. I just sat down. I promise you, I just sat down. So you got to know it ain't me. It's like my mama says, it's the Lord working through you. So, brothers and sisters, thank you. Get ready for some powerhouse information. If you're watching the rebroadcast, wow, you missed it live. You should have been here with us. So you got another chance. But if you're watching it live right now, get ready for a very special treat. Listen, I'm Rodney Asada Muhammad, your courage coach. And remember, no matter what else you do in life, you must always remember to cultivate the courage to roar. Back to you, Brother Daryl.
All right, all right. Thank you, Courage Coach. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the best of the best that we have anywhere in the world. The Courage Coach, right there in a matter of almost clocked it, Coach, about 7-8 minutes. 7-8 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't take a long time. God gives you a lifetime, but you really don't need a lifetime to do amazing things. That brother just inspired all of us in about 8 minutes. I think about that's how long it takes from the blood to go from what, the top of your head to the bottom of your feet all the way back up to the top, right? 8 minutes? Good God Almighty. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's just a warm-up for what we have coming. So stay tuned. We're going to bring up our special guest here in about 5 minutes. But in lieu of our membership coordinator, you back or what? What you doing back there? You went and got you a cup of coffee? Hey, membership coordinator, if you can bring on the guests of the new members, go ahead and do that now. If not, I got it on my phone. All right, but let's go ahead and do that in about 1 minute. Go ahead and approve all the guests. I think we have about 12 or 7, 8 or 9 or 10 or something. Bring them on, then I'll bring on our guests. Go ahead, membership coordinator, Sister Brandy Muhammad.
All right, yes, sir. Just one quick second. Technical issues. Okay, so we're welcoming all our new guests. We have Brother Aaron, Brother Joe Davis. Move down. Sister Donna, you are officially a member of the Black Wealth Empowerment Group. Let me open it up to see the rest of our guests. We have Brother William. Okay, here we go. We're just going to approve everybody. Well, okay. So there we go, Brother Darrell. I got all the members approved. It's about, I believe I just counted about 6 new members. So as I stated earlier, believers, take the time out to welcome each and every member because we are live and in action. We're excited to be here. Brother Rodney, appreciate the comments that you made. Self-reflection is always the best. Brother Darrell, I'm going to send it back over to you as we welcome our new, not new member, but our special guest for the evening.
All right, thank you very much, Sister Brandy Muhammad, our membership coordinator. Now remember, brothers and sisters, we need you to help out. We need you to help promote this platform. So get with her so she can tell you exactly what you need to do to help us promote this platform, all right? We're going to set some more goals for 2016, and we're going to go after. They're going to be very, very, very aggressive goals. Now don't forget to scroll down there in the group and look for the posting for our store. We do have our store that's open now where you can go and you can get some of Brother Rodney Assad, the Courage Coach information. And then you can also get a program in there that we did several months ago that helps you put extra money in your pocket, all right? Put extra money in your pocket. So we have that there as well. So welcome, everybody. We want to welcome you to Black Wealth Empowerment Live Google Hangout, broadcast number 60. 60, all right? So just see, ladies and gentlemen, myself and the Courage Coach and Sister Brandy, we're not paid instructors, you know, we're not ministers and you know, we're not, you know, those type of individuals. Not that anything's wrong with that, but I'm just saying we are actually living these things that we share with you, right? We're actually practitioners, if you will. Right? Now, you've heard me say on many broadcasts about social media and using it for business and how you should use it for business. That's not something I just read off of, you know, in a book or saw a webinar and say, oh, I'm going to come teach that and sound so smart. These are things that we learned, that I've learned, and I've implemented, ladies and gentlemen. I've implemented these things, these social media strategies that I've learned from people. I implement those for my business, all right? And that's how I met this gentleman that we're bringing on now, Mark Wingo. Mark was featured in, you know, Black Enterprise, and I'm a subscriber, was a subscriber at that time of Black Enterprise, and I made it my business, right? I made it my business to go through Black Enterprise, read the good articles that I liked, but also to look and see if some of the featured people or people in the featured articles had Facebook pages, right? So I go through and I save, and many of them accepted my friend request. And Mark was one of those individuals, right? So I saw him in Black Enterprise. I read his story. I was moved by it. Found him on Facebook. Sent him a little message, tell him how, you know, I read his article and I was impressed. he responded. That's what society and socializing is all about, right? It's about give and take. It's about responding. He responded. I told him what we were doing here at Black Wealth, and I wanted to see if he would come on. He said yes, he would. But several months gone by, things got busy and got swept up in the Justice or Else, planning and preparation for that. So after we got back, I reached out to him again, right? And once again, he responded, right? And then he agreed to say, yes, I'll come on, and we set a date, and here we are right now. So that's how I met Mark, right? And that's how you can meet people. See, this is what you have to understand. There's many layers you have to go through, brothers and sisters, before you get to the top, right? So you meet certain people along the way that's accessible to you right now. You can't meet Jay-Z right now if you tweeted him and you inbox him on Facebook or wherever you can find him. See, but there's many little Jay-Z's along the way that you can reach, right? You can't reach whoever it may be that's real big right now. Well, understand that you have to reach people that's like them, right? That's in the direction that you want to go in. Eventually, you can sit down with Jay-Z or whoever that might be, Warren Buffett or Michael Dell or whoever it may be, Bob Johnson, right? Whoever. See, so with that understanding, ladies and gentlemen, then when you see a person like Mark Wingo pop up, then I know that, hey, I can reach out to him. Let me reach out to him and see if he'll respond. And let me see if I can build a relationship with him. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you do that. Then you connect with people. Then you exchange telephone numbers. Now I have his cell phone number, and he and I was talking. See, that's how you build relationships. And that's how people have done it for thousands of years. Somebody taught them. We are teaching you the same thing. So let me introduce Mark, and he can come on. You have 30 minutes to go ahead and drop all the jewels he can. Mark Wingo, Mr. Wingonomics, as he's called, is the author of Wingonomics. He is also the president and CEO of New Beginning Financial Group. A lot of us need new beginnings with our finances. A tax insurance financial service company he founded in 2009 after being laid off by one of the biggest banks in the United States. Really? So you mean that wasn't a secure job with one of the biggest banks in the U.S.? In 2010, after struggling to grow his business and being financially frustrated with living on his unemployment income benefits and his wife's modest income, Mark was determined to establish a set of life principles and objective financial strategies to help his family get through their tough financial times. His curiosity led him to forget everything he believed to be true about money and become a student of money to expand his knowledge of money. In 2011, after successfully implementing a system in his household, he called it Wingonomics. All right. In 2012, Mark published Wingonomics, giving a deeper insight to his financial knowledge. Now, Mark's story has been featured. Featured includes MSN Money, CNN, ladies and gentlemen, Forbes, Money, Time, Black Enterprise Magazine, and Ebony Magazine. So without any further ado, we would like to welcome to the BWE Live family. And he's also a member, and he will be accessible inside the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group. So let us welcome, with a virtual applaud, our brother Mark Wingo. Hey, Mark, can you hear me? Mic check, mic check.
I can hear you. Can you hear me loud and clear?
All right, Mark, you're on the mic. Go ahead. Just take it away.
Hey, thanks for having me on the show. I'm definitely honored that you've given me a call to be on this show, and looking forward to the friendship that we're building.
All right, man. Well, I'm happy to have you. Thanks for just being the person that you are, for being so receptive, so open, so willing to be a part of something that you had never heard of prior to me introducing myself. So thank you for that spirit, man. Go ahead, take it away. I want to hear what you got here. I want to hear, nice title, ladies and gentlemen, is How to Become a Cash Flow Millionaire on Any Budget in any market. Now that's a big claim, Mark. Now come on now, because that's why I'll give you as much time as you need to go ahead and improve your point. So go
Yeah.
ahead and tell us about this any budget in any market.
Yeah, I mean, well, I've been in the financial industry since, geez, I believe 2002, 2003. Literally right out of college, got into the banking industry, and I start to see a trend of what wealth really looked like, and it didn't look like what most of us thought it looked like. You know, fancy cars, nice clothes, and this, that, and the other. I seen normal, hardworking individuals, who had wealth. So I got more curious about this wealth thing and how true wealth is created, and I started doing a little research. And a lot of people who create wealth are basically just normal people. And let me take a step back. Wealth is not about the commas and the zeros in your bank account. It really is a mindset. So I want to put that out there. So when I'm saying wealth, I'm not talking about multimillionaires and billionaires. I'm just talking about mindset, wealthy people. So they were just carrying themselves. So I said I want to experience that. And I knew I couldn't experience that by working a job at the bank and building a career there. So I ventured off and got into the mortgage industry just to experience that industry. And we all know what happened to that in 2007, 2008. And that's kind of where my story began. I've been through foreclosure, 3 payday loans, drowning in debt. I mean, you name it, literally, we've been through it. I'll never forget the moment that really changed my life. And for most people, it's supposed to be a joyous moment. But for me, it was kind of, it was tough. And my daughter just ran in here as I'm saying this. But when my wife was in the hospital in labor with my second child, my daughter, instead of me enjoying that moment, I was actually on the phone with the mortgage company, begging them not to foreclose on my house. So that was a turning point in my life for me to really get everything in order and get my life on track. And I thought it was going to be after the mortgage meltdown, I thought it was going to be at the bank, work my way up, and then I got laid off. So I say, you know what, never again would I let someone be in control of my financial future, my earning ability, and have control over me. I hated them telling me when I had to go to the bathroom and how much time I had to eat my lunch. So when I got laid off, literally, I got laser focused on my vision and literally built my company from my dining room table at home. And I consider myself I went from a financial mess to building a financial empire in a short amount of time. And I got some of my insurance agents on this call. I got some of my tax people on this call. So they know the story, but it definitely was a journey that I went through to get where I am today.
All right, well, that's a story that as many people as possible need to hear, Mark, because unfortunately, that's a similar story for a lot of people. May not be exactly like yours, but there's bits and pieces that people can take ownership to, and that's why it's so important that voices like yours are heard. And we're happy to have you here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live because, people need to know that you may be down, as Minister Farrakhan say, but you're not out. So you never counted yourself out. That's why you came back up. You're only out when you quit. As you know, being in the financial world, you only fail when you stop trying. You only lose money when you sell the stock.
Right. Yeah, and one thing that I did too to build my way back up too, because like I was coming out of a recession. I mean, it was tough for me to get a job. I'll never forget when Subway told me I was overqualified to make a sandwich, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I've been making sandwiches since I was a little kid. But one way I built myself back up was by giving back. For 2 years, a little over 2 years, I volunteered my time to teach at the Union Gospel Mission. It's called the Naomi Family Home for women, a transition home for women. And I volunteered for 2 years teaching this Wingonomics stuff and perfecting Wingonomics to this group of women. It was probably about 40, 50 women over a course of 2 years that I taught this program to. And if I wouldn't have told them and wouldn't have been transparent with them, they never would have knew I was going through the same things they were going through. So I gave back in order to get up.
So giving back. So you gave back to give up. So here you had a low point in your life, but financially that is, and you got back up by giving at a low point in your life.
Yeah, literally, I was there faithfully every Friday at 1 p.m. teaching a financial literacy class. And there was one point where I was so broke, I promised the women that I would buy pizza at one of the classes, and I did not have the money for the pizza to buy the pizza, and I told them that, and they respected me so much and thanked me so much for giving back. And I made sure that next week I brought pizza in to those women. So, by giving back to people and letting them know that you care, and sharing your information to them would help them tremendously, because a lot of those women now that went through that program are homeowners, entrepreneurs. They're my financial clients. I mean, their lives has changed with mine. So by seeing that and communicating with them on a daily basis through social media, it puts a smile on my heart every single day.
Well, I tell you, that's powerful. And we have a saying here at Black Wealth Empowerment. We're part of a giver's economy. And the saying goes like this: one who outgives others in his industry out-earns others in his industry. Now, you didn't know that, but just your story right there is proof that that is true.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So go ahead and let's get into some pointers about how to become a cash flow millionaire on any budget and any market. Go ahead and give us some pointers, because we got about 15 minutes.
Yeah. Well, the true wealth, one way to build wealth and become a cash flow millionaire on any budget, any market is number one, you have to run your household like a business and manage your finances like a bank. Look at yourself as an entity, as a brand, as a successful Fortune 500 company. So one thing that I teach everybody to do is to run their house like a business, but have a mission statement, a vision statement, a set of goals that you follow individually, as a couple, as a unit, and as a family with your kids. So you have to have your business plan written down so that you have something to follow, and that's going to keep you on track. So you have to run your household like a business to be successful. And it goes as far as to the grocery planning. And I'm getting to basic money management, spending planner stuff here, but it has to be like that for you to get to where you're trying to go. But another way for you to run your house like a business, like I said, is through spending planning. You have to have some type of order system in place so that you know where your money is going. So at our household, if you look in our fridge, we have a meal planner where we know exactly what we're going to eat every single day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and we go to the grocery store accordingly. So that's our restaurant that we have for our family. Our kids, instead of them getting allowance, I don't believe in allowance. I believe in earning a commission. So we teach entrepreneurship in our household. So every single week when our kids say they need money, they want to buy something, we have on our fireplace, we have a board with envelopes with job descriptions on there and an amount that they can pick and choose and earn a commission. So we teach entrepreneurship. We do a lot of different things and small things to run our house like a business as smooth as possible, and we're always perfecting. But the part where you manage your finances like a bank, you have to really know where every single penny coming in, where it's going out, and that's where you create true wealth. Because like you said earlier, it's not about how much money you make, it's about how much money you keep, than how much money you earn on the money that you keep, because money in motion creates more money. A lot of people want to save, but when you're saving, you're not earning any interest on your money. You're not earning any dividend on your money. There's no rate of return on a savings account, especially when you have a small amount. And to be honest with you, people, when you save, you're not doing your money justice, because I hate saying this, but I say it because I'm an athlete. I'm 6'6", so I played ball growing up, basketball. But saving is, to me, for losers. You have to keep your money in motion in order to win the money game. The money has to be earning some type of return. So if you're saving, that's your emergency money. Save for a purpose. Give your money a purpose. So if you're saving, you want to save for a vacation, a down payment on a house, that's what you save for. But if you're just saving money just to save, it's irrelevant in my opinion. I'd rather for you to go out and have fun and spend the money on yourself, opposed to just saving just to say you got $10,000 in a bank account for nothing. So that's my main key, is run your household like a business and manage your finances like a bank. That's one of the major steps to become a cash flow millionaire on any budget, any market.
Okay, all right, manage your finances like a bank. So you mentioned your meal plan. How give me some. What do you mean by managing like a bank? How does a bank manage their finance? Because we may not know what a bank does.
Yeah, well, the bank. Everyone thinks the bank is in business to hold I don't know what people think the bank is for, but the banks are there just to hold your money. They're not there just to hold your money. They're actually in the business of keeping that money in motion. Because when you look at the money that you deposit into your bank account every day, those banks are actually loaning that money out to someone to buy a house, to buy a car, to go to school, to finance a laptop, whatever the case may be, a credit card at 18%. So when you really break down how banks work, they're paying you, well, now they're paying you 0%. They used to, the good old days, I'm pretty sure you can remember when they used to pay you at least 1 or 2% of your account. They pay you 0% now. But on the back end, they're keeping their money in motion. They're earning 40, 50% rate of return on their money. So the banks understand keeping money in motion creates more money.
So keep it in motion, create more money. So they have to find ways, find vehicles to put their money to keep it in motion, right? So
Yep.
that's one way. Now you said run your house like a business.
Yeah.
So Mark, in truth, that is. So just like I heard a guy say, you don't have to start a business, you are a business, right?
You
so
are a business.
Each of us have a business. So if we learn how to run our personal finances like a business, that'll be a good indication of how we would actually run a traditional business, right?
Right. You know, you and I were talking earlier on the phone, and I was, consulting with the individual, and they were saying, I don't know what type of business to do. You know, I want to educate people, and I want to inspire people. You know, what kind of business would I do? And I said, well, write a book. Oh, I'm not an author. You know, I was like, what do you mean you're not an author? I went back on their Facebook posts, and since 2011 or so, they post pretty much every day. I'm like, you just wrote a book right there on Facebook. If you transcribe that book and put it into the marketplace and sell it for $20, now you become an entrepreneur. Now you become, like we talked earlier, a jack of all trades. Now you become a public speaker. You can become a consultant, a coach, teaching people, simple things of, writing, talking about being grateful, because we all have a book and a story inside of us. And that's one thing about me that I had to humble myself with and be transparent and tell my story, because I could have kept all that going through foreclosure, 3 payday loans, debt, eating ramen noodles. Thank God for, $5 Little Caesar pizza and a dollar menu. I don't know if you guys remember the grocery store had the 10 for 10 at that time. Thank God for that stuff. I didn't have to tell people all these struggle stories that I went through, but I want to help someone because I knew what I was going through, and I knew by telling someone what I went through would help them overcome whatever they're going through or been through in their life. So we have to be willing to share our struggles and get that conversation started, especially in the African American community. We don't talk about money at all. I know I didn't grow up, so we have to share these stories in order for us to get to glory.
Good. Now, what is, help us to understand, because clarity is power, and in the financial service, words that are used that is cloudy, and right, with no background and no high school diploma. So help us to understand, what is a cash flow millionaire? How is that different from just a millionaire?
Yeah, cash flow millionaire. I tell people all the time, they say cash is king. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right, but I know a lot of people who have cash, for example, lottery winners, and it doesn't mean anything. So if you have cash flow, then you're going in the right direction. So you want to establish something that has cash flow. And one thing that I encourage and teach all my clients is, before you go, all the way to full out investing, you want to invest in yourself, and you want to invest in getting out of debt, because we don't realize how much wealth potential, especially in the African American community, that we have locked into debt via credit cards, student loans, and stuff like that. So we have to focus on shifting our mindset of how to create true wealth, and in my opinion, true wealth is created through debt elimination. And that in return creates cash flow so that we can do the things that we need to do to be where we want to be.
Now, you said debt elimination. Now, you're talking about credit card debt, and you're talking about what other kind of debt?
I'm talking about all of it. I think all debt is bad. I'm talking about all debt.
Okay. So what about business debt, commercial debt?
If that may be an exception, but look, if you got to get debt to run a business, or you're a real estate investor, so that debt is justified. But in my opinion, my company's debt free. I try and avoid debt as much as possible. Sometimes it's tempting. For example, we're looking at purchasing a building here in Atlanta, Georgia, for our tax office, and I just didn't have the cash for the build out. So I said, you know what, I don't need it. So I avoid debt at all costs because I know debt potentially can get us into a bad place. And most people who start businesses and get in debt, their households usually in debt. So you're basically duplicating something that you're used to. So if I can get you on a proven path where you're eliminating that debt, getting out of debt, and you're real focused and you have the know-how and can avoid those mistakes, then maybe we may venture into some business debt. But yeah, I try and avoid that as much. I'm emphasize them as much as possible because that's a good question. I haven't put much thought into that, but
well, it goes back to what you said. It's hard to have cash flow, right? It's hard to have cash flow when you have a lot of debt, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to be a cash flow anything when you have a lot of debt. So yeah, from a very basic fundamental standpoint, just like all the ways that you learn the basic fundamentals of everything and what not to do. Then when you perfect that, then you can deal with some exceptions. But to learn exceptions while you're learning the basics, that's too tempting, right? That's too tempting, and that's another avenue that you can go down that would develop a bad habit. Whereas you say, just straight line, just go straight, no debt at all, period. And then once you get good at that, then we can mature and grow to some justifiable and reasonable levels of taking on debt.
Exactly. It's that slippery slope with debt. Like you, I really want to get into real estate investing. My wife's a realtor, doing pretty good here in Atlanta, Georgia. But in back of my mind, that foreclosure, I don't want to go down that road. So we haven't ventured off into real estate investing, but that's the baby step my wife and I are taking to get back into it, is by her becoming a realtor so that she can educate the consumers, her clients, how to own a home and to make sure that they can afford a home and help them prepare for the potential expenses that come along with home ownership that we weren't taught. And that's the reason why we went through what we went through and everything spiraled down. So, it's all an educational process and a process that you kind of take small steps into and don't go all out in, because it can destroy, not destroy, but it can set you back.
Yeah. So far what I have here on my notes that you covered: run your house like a business, have a spending plan, manage your finances like a bank, and saving is for losers. And you mentioned about when you save just to save, but you're not saving with a purpose, right?
Yeah.
Those are the nuggets that I got from what you said. Those are very powerful. And really, in truth, if you do those things, right, and learn how to do those things, then what we can do, correct me if I'm wrong, Mark, what we can do is we can just duplicate the process, right? I mean, that's how you become a millionaire, by just duplicating a financial plan or system that works.
Yeah. I mean, duplicating it, but in addition to duplicating, you have to figure out your true identity, your purpose, and that's why running your household like a business is very important, because it allows you to figure out who you are as an individual, what your goals are in life, and helps you figure out your reason why. It wasn't until say 2013, early 14 is when everything started to really click for me, because I was in that rock and a hard place moment. I knew I wanted to be a financial educator, but I also was a licensed financial professional as well. But once I figured out my true purpose and my why and my gift is when my career went to the next level. So once you figure that out, I think everything will click. And and if you're struggling figuring out what your purpose is in life, just figure out what comes easy. And that's how you figure out your purpose. And to me, financial education and just communicating and encouraging became easy. And I knew I could monetize that, but there was really no value in it, because I was always just giving free advice. People call me all the time and ask me questions, and it just came natural just to give advice. People ask me, how do you write a book? I just give them everything that they needed to write a book. I've helped over 10 people write books, best-selling authors as well. So that came easy. So I was like, I really can't charge for this. So that's where my turning point came. So you know what, I'm gonna let my gift be my gift and focus on how to transition my gift that I'm giving to people, how to transition it into a money making vehicle through my financial company. So now, everyone that comes to me, I put them through a process, and that's basically what Wingonomics is, a set of principles to help people manage, maintain, and prosper, not only financially in life, but there's a whole process we go to, and once we get to that process, we have what's called the 3 areas of wealth, where we focus on, cash flow management, mind management. We focus on business building and creating a brand, and monetizing. So it's a whole process we take people through, but it's all about creating your own economy and figuring out how to monetize everything within your economy, and that's basically what Wingonomics stands for.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, we're happy to have with us on his very first, but hopefully not his last time on Black Wealth Empowerment Live, Mark Wingo of Wingonomics. He's been on, you name it, Ebony. He's been in Black Enterprise, CNN, MSN. He's known for his own personalized branding of economics called Wingonomics. And he's sharing with us just how to become a cash millionaire. And you're looking for something grandiose, you're looking for something hard, you're looking for some secret. And one thing Mark can tell you, and a lot of us know that, like I say, some of the best things are free. Some of the greatest strategies, right, to do some of the greatest things are very simple, right? They're just a few steps, and it's something that you knew already, right? And that's what he shared with us. He shared with us at least 4 different principles, right, that you can use, ladies and gentlemen, in order to become a cash flow millionaire in any market with any budget, right? With any budget, right? So that's what he's sharing with us right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we're closing in on the hour. If you have some questions, put them in real quick, and Sister Brandy can come on and read the questions on. If you have some questions for Mark, let's do that over the next 2 minutes as we close out on our broadcast. So if you have some questions, go in the Private Elusive Exclusive Facebook group right now and post your questions there, all right? For those that don't have any questions, or for those that do, we want you to share. Right above, you see those tabs, right? Right above, you see those tabs. And go ahead and do that. Go ahead and click on the Facebook like, the Facebook share. Tell them, BWE, we're here live. Come join us. And they'll be able to at least come back and see the replay, even though the broadcast may be over. You do that in Twitter, G+, and also Pinterest, all right? So go ahead and share that right now, ladies and gentlemen. Share that right now. Mark told us when he was at his lowest financial point, he would give, right? He would give to those that were less off than him. He would give. For 2 years, he told us, he gave his knowledge of money to some ladies at a shelter, right? At a homeless woman's shelter. For 2 years when he was at the lowest financial point of his life. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what you call that? You know what you call that? You call that a hint. That's what you call that. You call that a hint. So while Sister is getting those questions together, Mark, share with us anything else that you would like to share. Let us know what you're doing. If you have some special offer you want to share with our members, go ahead and share that right now while she's getting those questions together.
Yeah. Well, before I announce what I'm going to share, is that, a lot of people, when they think about how to become a cash flow millionaire, they expect you to throw numbers at them and stuff like that. But like I can't remember his name mentioned it. Sometimes it's really not about the money. It's really about the work, the body of work that you do. Sometimes it doesn't equate to a monetary in your bank account. So I usually don't throw a lot of numbers out there, but if you really want to become a cash flow millionaire, you have to do it through entrepreneurship. You have to create product and service out there to the marketplace that people want to buy. I tell people all the time that money is an idea, and those people who are lacking money are simply lacking ideas. Because when we really think of everything, money grows on trees, and I don't care what you were told growing up, money doesn't grow on trees. Money does grow on trees. The problem is most people are not planting the right seeds. So when you go out there and you plant those seeds, and people are starting to you know, see the hard work and the seeds that you're planting, and seeing the water being, you know, poured onto your seed, the light shining on your seed, the tree growing out the ground. You know, people will gravitate towards and want to work with you. So one thing I did at my low point was teach that class, and I put together the book, and the book really took my business to the next career. So out of the book came New Beginner Financial Group. It really vamped up and started to grow my insurance company. Once that started growing, I took it to the next level and incorporated tax prep into my business. Once that tax prep started growing, I started to teach other people how to start a tax business, start to build my insurance agency. So I started to create multiple streams of income throughout my business. And now I mean, we have over 10 ways that our company makes money. So, you know, it all started with an idea of giving back. So I want to give this back to you guys here. You know, if you go on Facebook and send me a direct message, the first two people who send me a direct message on Facebook, I'll actually just get your address and I'll give you these free. Both books. This is almost $35 retail value. If you send me a message and say, "Hey Mark, I heard you on the Google Hangout," I'll go ahead and put these in the mail to you for the first two people. Okay. For those after that, $20, I'll get both of these to you in the mail. But I just want to give back. I'm all about giving back to people and stuff like that. And I really want you to focus on this book right here because it's a simple, short read. It's a book of daily affirmations. These are the same affirmations that I use to get myself out of the rut. These are the same affirmations that I use to stand in the mirror when I couldn't sleep because I was worried about the reefer man coming, you know, to get the car. So I want to really give a simple read to people so that they can really get that mind right, you know, because when your mind's right, your money will get right. So go ahead and send me those messages on Facebook. I know I kind of took a long period of time to say all that, but it's all good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it first. The first two that inbox Mark right now, he should already have those two already, but the first two that inbox him, and he is a member of BWE, so you should find him there, right? If not, just go to Facebook, put Mark A. Wingo, and then put in there, "I want the book." The first two, get them free. Everybody else, you get them both for $20, right? Everybody else get both of those. I'm gonna get them for $20. I'm gonna go ahead and get in on that because that's a good one. Shoot, that's a good one. I just got Robert Kiyosaki, two of his books. I get my brother's book. We're about circulating dollars here, ladies and gentlemen. We're about circulating dollars here, right? We're talking about circulating dollars right here at Black Wealth Empowerment. So I expect all the members are true members, are tried and true members. You know who you are, Denise, Jennifer. You know who you are. Get his book. Get his
We got
book.
our two.
If you're not the first two, then go ahead and scratch up $20, right? $20. That's nothing to talk about. We're not gonna spend a lot of time on the $20 because then we're giving it more value than what the $20 itself is worth. But $20, those books will be, you know, when it comes to investing in books, ladies and gentlemen, especially financial empowering books, it's not how much it costs, right? It's how much money it can make for you. It's how much it can change your life around. And I can almost assure you, just based on what Mark's story is and what he shared with us this evening, any one of those books are far worth more than $20. One chapter is worth more than $20, right? Affirmations are worth more than $20. So brothers and sisters, take advantage of it. By now, Mark should have those two. He said inbox him on Facebook. The first two will get both of those books free. Everybody else will get it for $20. Let's roll over to Sister Brandy, see if there's any questions. If not, we'll close out. Sister Brandy, thank you, Mark, for being here. Thanks so very much, Mark. And brother, don't be a stranger. Go in the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group on a weekly basis. Drop an affirmation. Drop some nuggets. You know what I'm saying? Drop a video. Do whatever you have to do to give to the group. But don't go anywhere. Let's swing it over to Sister Brandy right quick to see if there's any questions.
All right, Brother Rotten. Excuse me, Brother Darrell. So we don't have any questions at this time, but we do on behalf of the members of the Black Wealth Environment group. We would love to say thank you, Brother Wingo, for participating and being part of the Black Wealth Empowerment. Brother Darrell, Brother Mordecai also suggested adding Brother Mark's book to our famous BWE store as well.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Good. I'll
He
get with
said,
him. We'll add to the store. So I'll get with him and we'll definitely add that to the store. Thank you, Munakai. All the way from Japan. He comes every week, Mark, from Japan. So thanks so very much, Brandon. Put it on mute. There's a lot of background noise. We're going to swing it over to the Courage Coach so he can give us some parting words. And I'll thank Mark again and share about those that special, and then we'll close out. Go ahead, Courage Coach.
All right, all right. Thank you again, Brother Mark. Thank you, Sister Brandy, and thank each and every one of you who've joined us live for BWE Live Google Hangout. I'm Rodney Assad Muhammad, your Courage Coach. Now, here's a great thing, Brother Mark, and I hope you can just quickly just throw this in the private exclusive Facebook group forum. I do have a question. If you could, just in the Facebook group, share the first thing that somebody can do, the very first thing outside of taking action on what you just offered them, the very first thing after taking action on what you just offered, that was a powerful thing. After they take action on what you just brought to them, what's the one thing you want them to do after taking action that they can do that can just start them on the road towards making that transition to the things you shared on the broadcast tonight? So if you could put that in the group, that'd be great. That one thing, that if they do this one thing today, that'll start the wheels turning. And then once they get the book, then they'll definitely be able to take it to those next bunch of levels. So if you can share just that one thing to get them ball rolling, that way, when they wait, as they're waiting for the book to come, they can kind of be doing that one thing and say, okay, I got the book now, I can get the rest of the keys to unlock the rest of my life and my lifestyle. And so here's the thing, brothers and sisters. I thank each and every one of you for joining us, because you could be any place, you could be doing anything, anytime. And to spend this time, this hour of power with us, that really matters to us. We don't have to do this, but we do it because we love you. We care. We want to see people grow and develop. We want to grow and develop. And I know when I get a chance to be on a broadcast and I can hear somebody like Brother Mark, hear something Brother Darrell says, hear something that Sister Brandy says, I know I'm going to grow as a person. So you grow when you share. You grow when you give. You grow when you're serving others. And that's what it's about. So thank you again, Brother Darrell, for finding this platform and presenting it to us. Shout out to our brother Jesse Muhammad, who got the ball rolling for me, on this broadcast. I always got to give a big shout out to our brother Jesse. I saw y'all was out getting it in, Brother Darrell, and making things happen in the community. And so thank you, brothers and sisters. I'm your Courage Coach, Rodney Assad Muhammad. Back to you, Brother Darrell.
All right. Thank you so very much, Courage Coach. And you can reach the Courage Coach inside our private, elusive, exclusive Facebook. So we're grateful for that. So let us once again thank Mark Wingo of Wingonomics, for being here, for being a member, first of all, for being a member of Black Wealth Empowerment, for being here to share with us. See, it's so simple. See, that's what happens. Things are so simple, it just kind of flies over your head. It's simple steps for you to become a cash flow millionaire in any economy, with any budget, in any market. And he gave us a very gracious offer, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it was gracious. I didn't tell him what to offer, so it just came directly from his heart. For the first 2 people who inbox him will get his 2 books for free. Everybody else who inbox him after that will get both of those books for $20. I'm going to definitely get mine. I'm going to order that. I'm going to inbox him as soon as after this broadcast and get my 2 books as well. So thank you so very much, Mark. May God continue to bless you and your family and your mission to help out as many people as you can, to help them become financially sovereign, all right? Financially sovereign. That's what we're all about here, ladies and gentlemen, here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. My name is Darrell Muhammad. Happy that you join us for broadcast number 60. And if God willing, we'll see you next week for broadcast 61. Let's give a virtual applause to Mark Wingo and all our hosts and all of you who joined us. We applaud you. Until next time, you remember, as I always say, we'll see you at the top, not from the top, because you, your family, but most importantly, your community deserves your very best. Until next week, you guys, take care and God bless. Thank you for being here.